Welcome to Divine Light Meditation, channeled by Opheana and Sikaal with the Family of Light.
And gently feel yourself fall a little bit deeper into your body, deeper into your energy field. Connect to your breathing and just feel yourself take a few very deep in and out breaths. And let it all go. Just relax. We'll set up your energetic pillar now by expanding your heart energy to 6 feet in all directions, forming a sphere of heart energy around you. Connect this energy down to the heart of Mother Earth, which forms the first part of your energetic pillar, and then take it all the way up to Source. And again, this may go through suns and moons and planets. Don't be too concerned with that. Just understand that when you take your energy up, it'll lock into the perfect place for you in your here and now. Now just breathe through your pillar a few times while we call in the support teams. We ask for the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, and the karmic board to merge deeply and fully with us now through all dimensions of our fields. We ask for our God presences, our guides, our ascension councils to work in harmonious group consciousness so that the highest of the highest of the highest will be shown here for each and every one of us in our here and now. Ask for Temple of Mother Gaia grounding to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. We call in a Temple of Divine Union to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. And finally, we call in a Temple of God Presence Communion to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. Now gently feel how all of these energetic fields form one field around you, opening your energy field, raising your frequency and vibration, and relaxing you deeper into a higher version of your energy field, your higher self, your God Presence, your Divine Presence. They're all different names for the exact same energy, all of who you are multidimensionally. Place your energy now in the God Presence Communion Temple and gently connect to this space and connect to the beautiful, gentle, energetic fire at the core of the space, and see yourself sitting in a very large circle with many other beings, and very gently start bringing your heart energy out in connection with this sacred fire, and see how it sparkles in different colors. See how it feels warm or even cool for some of you. And just feel how this fire brings energy back through your heart, and spend a few moments sending energy and receiving energy, really connecting to this fire of creation and this space. And while you continue with this, and connecting also with the space and the group around you, Ascended Master Melchizedek joins us today. And he will be assisting you today in the creation of your very own unique sacred geometry. This will be a sacred geometry very unique to you, to your energetic signature, to your higher self, to your God presence. And he says it may be a sacred geometry that in part is already in your life in different ways. And he wants to start by explaining a little bit about sacred geometry and Merkabahs, because they are very connected, yet they're specifically different. A Merkabah is an energetic vehicle, a part of your energetic field that you could potentially use, or that you can use for astral travel, or simply being in your own larger multidimensional field. Sacred geometry is the shape and order of divinity, the shape and order of the universe, often Merkabahs can have sacred geometric shapes. However, the two function as very different instruments of creation. Merkabahs can be used to form shapes, energetic shapes, energy bodies, to be used for travel. Sacred geometries often hold energetic fields and emanate frequencies for different purposes. Examples you will know are the pyramids that have a very sacred geometry, the flower of life symbol, which holds a sacred geometry, the Fibonacci spiral, which holds a sacred geometry, and so many more in your realm. And today, through channeling and bringing this information through your intuition, through your higher self, through your God presence, you will be creating your own unique sacred geometry. And this sacred geometry will be assisting you in different areas of your life. However, the base creation of it today will focus on one very specific area of your life where you feel you are most in need of assistance energetically from the higher energies around you, from the support teams around you, from your higher self. And you will probably already feel what area that is, and it can be anything in your life. Perhaps it's your physical body, or perhaps it's your family, your relationship, your job, your business, finances, understanding more about your purpose, your mission on the planet. Anything that comes to mind as the number one area of worry for you, or blocked energy, where you don't feel free in your life. This is the area Melchizedek explains that he would like you to choose now. Choose which area it will be. If there's multiple areas, he says, don't worry about it. Just choose the one that seems most relevant right now and choose that intuitively. So tune in and say, oh, yeah, it's my physical body. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff there. Or it's really my relationship, or it's my business that's struggling, or anything that you would like to raise the frequency of. So pick that area now and hold that in your heart. Know that this is what the base level of this sacred geometry will be assisting with today as you spend this time on the inner. Sacred geometry, Melchizedek explains, always consists of different shapes or similar shapes. We will start building your unique sacred geometry with your presence by first of all choosing a basic shape that comes to mind for you. Often it will be a simple shape like a circle, an oval, a rectangle, a square, or a triangle, or perhaps a 12-sided shape, or a 6-sided shape, a hexagon, or anything of that type of order. It is a flat 1- or 2-dimensional shape, so you can see it laying flat on the ground in front of you here in the temple. So let that come through now, because this is the first part of your sacred geometry. Remembering that the building up of a Merkabah can be very similar, but their function is very different. It's like tools in a toolkit. A hammer and a saw are very different, or a fork and a knife are very different. They're similar because they're utensils, perhaps, or tools. However, they're very different in the way that they are used by you. So you have this first shape now. Let it intuitively come to you. This is not anything your mind can assist you with. Let it come to you. If you are wanting a triangle but you are seeing a circle, then it is a circle you need to go with. Trust that you can do this and you are doing this. You are the one guiding this session. You are the one that chose to be listening in and feeling in and connecting in right here, right now. So understand that your presence will be assisting you. Melchizedek says he is oversouling this process for all of you. However, it is your presence that is creating this sacred geometry for you. So you have your first shape now. Just see it in front of you, between you and the sacred fire in the God Presence Communion Temple. The size of it will perhaps be between 50 centimeters and a meter in diameter. If you don't see it, just imagine it there or feel that it is there and trust that that's what it is. He says the next step is bringing forth a second shape, which will be a part of your functioning, active, activated sacred geometry. Now, he says, this can be exactly the same shape as you had before. If you had a circle, you can get a second circle. This may be a circle that is smaller, the same size, or bigger. Or you had a circle and now you get a square. And it can be any different type of combination. So trust that it is exactly perfect for you. Perhaps you had a square and now you get a six-sided shape. Or you had a triangle and now you get a circle. Trust that it is perfect for you and in the right order. So place this second, see this second shape placed on top of the first shape. They're not activated yet. They're not forming the geometry yet. For there is a third step. And this is a very basic but powerful sacred geometry you will be building today and are building today. So now let the final and third form, shape, show itself to you. Again, it can be exactly the same as the first one or the first two, or it can be totally different. It can be different in size, but you will notice that the size will vary anywhere between up to a meter, let's say. So you won't be getting huge shapes that are as big as the universe in this instance. It doesn't mean that when you have an activated sacred geometry, you can't make it as big as the whole universe. However, in the formation of your geometry, your unique geometry, it will start in this format of size. So see what the third element is now and place it on top of the other two. If you haven't received clearly what one or all three of the elements are, trust the process and understand that this information will be brought to you in a different way later in your earth reality. It can be through a dream, it can be through seeing an image or a symbol or a logo somewhere, or a friend bringing you a gift of a certain shape. You will get insights into this, but just trust that that process will unfold for you. So if you are not receiving the information clearly, trust that the Merkaba, the sacred geometry, which again is very much like a Merkaba in the way it looks, but this is a sacred geometry you're building, that sacred geometry will show itself to you. In any case, the next step is for you now to go deep in your heart and again connect a few times to this sacred creation fire in the middle of the God Presence Communion Temple. And this will have different colors for each and every one of you in the way it shows itself. You will see two primary colors now, which will be used to start the next phase of the creation of your sacred geometry. Perhaps orange and violet, perhaps green and red. Whatever those colors are, they could be gold and silver. Flow them through your heart now. And what you will do now is, once you feel those colors in your heart, is bring that energy into these three shapes and watch how magically they will start to float in front of you, in between you and the fire, and they will start to form the basic structure, 3D, of your uniquely encoded to your frequency sacred geometry that will function in its first level to assist you in transmuting, transforming, changing, upgrading, uplifting that area of your life that you have been drawn to connect with earlier in this session. So watch or trust as these three shapes start to become and have become a 3D sacred geometry. And see now how the color infusion of those two colors that you saw, whether they were gold and silver, red and green, orange and blue, orange and violet, white and yellow, it does not matter. Those colors are perfect because they are a part of the energetic signature of your very specific geometry. So see how the colors now start to fuse with the three shapes and how it all starts to spin and form itself. For some of you, the shapes will spin within themselves. For others, they will form one structure which then starts to spin by itself. But you will notice a form of spinning now within this sacred geometry, whether it's on its vertical axis, spinning clockwise or counterclockwise, or spinning more diagonally. And let this unfold now as the Merkaba as the sacred geometry, which looks like a Merkaba, is creating itself in front of your eyes. And keep focusing on bringing this fire now through this structure into your heart, and through the geometry into the fire, back through into your heart again, and focus on this for a few moments now. Beautiful, and you may notice that the geometry starts to spin very rapidly, or comes to a full halt and simply floats in front of you. For some of you, it may be fully see-through. For others, it is like you can't see inside of this energetic sacred geometry. Whatever it is perfect. And you will also notice that the original three shapes will now start to transform into looking like metal or crystals of different colors. So for instance, if you started with the circle as one of your elements, you may notice that turning into gold, or you may notice it turning into clear quartz crystal, or you may notice it turning into red ruby crystal, or you may notice it turning into emeralds or sapphire colors. You may notice it turning into platinum or silver, or you may notice it turning into a darker ring of, for instance, obsidian, or any darker alloys, anything like that. And each of the different shapes and structures can have different materials representing them now. So watch this transformation happen in front of your eyes now. And the two basic colors will still be those energetics within your specific geometry. And again, your geometry may still be moving, or it may have come to a full standstill right in front of you as you just see the different colors and the shapes emerging now, and the different materials all working together. And this will soon be finished for each and every one of you, and you'll notice exactly when, because you'll feel it. And this is the moment when you know you've created this unique, sacred geometry for you in your here and now to first of all start assisting you with the first designated area in your life. Melchizedek says it will assist you with each and every other area of your life as well, but this sacred geometry will grow in its energetics with you, and it needs to assist you first to transform through the first area. He says, do not jump ahead to another area of interest until you have completed the first one or used it to start transforming the first one. He says, this sacred geometry is a beautiful, living, universal, energetic structure that's come through your higher self, and it is going to grow with you as your energy field grows, so it needs to be used one step at a time, like a child grows from 1 year to 2 years to 3 years to 4 years old, and it doesn't jump to 5 years old. This is how this beautiful sacred geometry will grow with you. It is yours, it is your unique signature. It hasn't been activated yet. That's the next step now. So how is it going to be activated? Melchizedek says you will get a spark from the beautiful fire at the core, which is an activation fire. You will get a core spark from your heart now, and they will come together within the exact core of your sacred geometry in one go, and it's going to happen on the countdown from 3, 2, 1. So in a moment you will see both sparks come in and ignite, activate your geometry. So in 3, 2, 1, activate. Beautiful. And just connect now to this amazing sacred geometry that you have brought forth from your presence for use in your here and now life in this 12th dimensional reality. And now that it's activated, place it in its intention around the number 1 designated area of change. Let's say this is your physical body. Let's say this is your relationship. Let's say this is your job. Let's say this is your finances. Whatever it is, place that energetically around this area of your life now. For that to happen, you may notice the size of the sacred geometric shape may need to change. If you want to see it around your house, around a manifestation you're creating, around your physical body, it is perfectly fine for it to grow in shape for whatever you need. If you have intended to heal your entire country because that's something that's been bothering you for such a while, then see your sacred geometry around your entire country. It'll be so unique and specific to each and every one of you. So just follow your guidance exactly with this now. And as this activated sacred geometry is flowing through the dimensionality of the area of your life you've chosen, the first transformation and healing will start to happen. So connect to this deeply now while you remain with your consciousness in the God Presence Communion Temple. And breathe up and down your pillar as this beautiful energetic transformation is taking place. And keep feeling the waves of energy coming from your sacred geometry as it is working with this core area of your life. And you may get images, you may feel feelings, you may see and feel energy shifts. Anything can come to you. Next steps that you need to take in the physical can come through to you. Let that guidance move through you and merge with you now. And Melchizedek explains that with this specific sacred geometry of yours, this is yours now from here on in, and it will grow with you. And you may see different colors come through. You may notice the different shapes will change over time, but it is more likely, he says, that the colors will change and the different materials that the shapes have been made of will change. And he asks you now to complete with this area of your life and to revisit it as often as you like, whether that's once a day, once a week, once a fortnight, once a month. You will get guided on how often to use this beautiful sacred geometry in your life. And know that it is fully activated in your field now, and you may store it in your heart. So store that in your heart now. And we are sealing up this session now. Melchizedek says, call on him if you need extra information on how to use this in your life. Many, many, many blessings, he says. We ask for all this energy work to be sealed and to integrate with grace, ease, love, light, and empowerment. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all those working with us today. So be it, so be it, so be it. It is done. Come fully back into your here and now. Breathe up and down your pillar a few times. And use your beautiful sacred geometry as often as you would like. Melchizedek shares a final thought that you may notice that this sacred geometry can function in your life in different ways. Perhaps it can become a logo in your business, a symbol within your family, something that you will be drawn to over and over again. You may be drawn to creating jewelry that is like it, or you may be drawn to certain shapes in your outer reality that connect you to this sacred geometry. Many, many blessings. So be it, so be it, so be it. It is done.